Hey, folks, this is Kurt. Welcome to the Mañana morning check-in. Today is Wednesday, March 31st, 2021. And I might seem a little more somber today. I might not seem as fired up today. Uh, and you know what? I'm a transparent dude, and that's just the way it is. Today we're off to a really weird start. So, uh, I sign in and I'm helping Lifter LMS. I help Lifter LMS anyway. Most mornings I sign in and, I look at customer requests and stuff like that regarding the software. And I help out with, hey, try this tool, try that tool. Do you want a discount to try the software, stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of Lifter and I've been using the product for a long time. And while I'm not, some people call me a WordPress power user, but I'll tell you, there's times I jump in there and I'm like, wow, that's a unique question. I'm gonna have to let someone else handle that because I don't know what the heck they're talking about. But anyway, I'm signed in and I'm helping, right? Then there's a distraction in my home and I got to go out and I got to help with this distraction. I come in from this distraction and not only am I concerned that I had a meeting at 9 o'clock that didn't happen. So, and I'm going to get to this. I'm going to get to this in just a little bit. So I had missed a couple of people on the Lifter, it's like a messaging thing. So I'd missed a couple of people on the Lifter messaging thing to help them. Really, really irritates me, right? Because I look at it like this. If I'm looking to buy some software and I got questions and there's a chat thing and it's open, I expect someone to answer me, right? And I didn't answer them. So I'm the one that dropped the ball on that. And if I made Lifter look bad, well, then, I'm going to feel like a pile of dung because I really love those folks. I like being able to help them whenever I can. So I missed that. I signed back in, everything's cool. Like I'll just take over where I left off, but I gotta be real with you, right? It's like when you make a commitment to do something, you want to make sure you do it. And I dropped the ball, right? So, and you might go, it's just a couple of requests. Yeah, it's a couple of requests that could make the difference between whether somebody becomes a fan or doesn't become a fan of not just the product, but the organization, because there's a culture that goes with this that, exceeds a lot of people's expectations. And I want to make sure that I continue that. So there was that, right? The next thing was there's another organization that wants to interview me and put me into their podcast series. Now, this is a big deal because the two things, right? I'm always talking about Power Sports Academy and the Challenge Connection. And I want to get on as many podcasts as possible and share that message while adding value to others with some of the other John Maxwell philosophies, things that I'm really hooked into. And so this is a trend lately. And I just want to call this out because this has happened a couple of times. There's all these automated schedulers. Like I use Calendly. If somebody wants to have an appointment with me, I give them my Calendly link. And then Calendly says, hey, this will be a phone call. What's your number? Or this will be a Zoom call. Here's the link we're going to use that day. Right. And so it's right up front. A lot of people have been saying, hey, let's schedule a quick call. Right. Well, a call is on one of these. Right. Hi, hello, how are you? Right. That a call is on one of these. Someone says, hey, let's schedule a quick call. And then they say, use my scheduler. So you use it and you put in your email and your phone number and your name, right? So they have your stuff. And then it sends you a meeting confirmation, meeting invitation, right? So then you confirm the meeting and it adds it to your calendar. So if I was to do I don't want to do a screen share because it calls the person out. Anyway, when I open up my meeting reminder, the only contact information in there is my phone number, right? So we're going to schedule a quick call. It's basically a meet and greet, it's a meet and greet interview to see if I'd be a good candidate for the podcast. Now, I'm calling them out in this live, so I'm probably not going to get the podcast, right? So they see my stuff online and they're like, man, this guy'd be good on our podcast. Let's schedule a quick call with them, do a quick interview, make sure it'd be good. And then we'll, schedule for the podcast. That's how that works. Then they say, let's have a call. I'm waiting for the call. I'm dealing with the distraction in my home, waiting for a call. The call doesn't come. I send the original guy on LinkedIn a message that says, hey, I was expecting a phone call from you and I didn't receive it. And then I email the person that was supposed to call me and I go, hey, I have your email here. Just concerned that I have you down for a call at 9 o'clock and I haven't received a call yet. If we need to reschedule, let me know. So then I start going through the rest of my emails that had come in overnight, because you all have email. You know what that's like. You got to go through, like, these are the 15 I'm going to delete. These are the 2 I might read later. This is the one I got to open up now. Right. So I'm going through my emails. Pardon me. And I recognize one of the sending names as being this email, this scheduler program. I open it up and it says, here's the details for our 9 o'clock Zoom meeting. You didn't schedule a Zoom meeting with me. You scheduled a quick call, right? That's one. You misset the expectations. Now I'm home, my computer's here, I got Wi-Fi. If I would have opened that email prior to the meeting time, I would have seen that and I would have signed in for the Zoom call. But here I am waiting for a quick call, and they're probably sitting in their office thinking I'm an idiot because I haven't clicked their Zoom link yet. This has happened to me multiple times, which is why I'm putting it into this Zoom call today. And usually I'm Captain Positive. Usually I'm like, hey, this is going to be awesome. Let's move forward today. Let's be productive. But this is something, if you're doing it, you got to fix it. If you reserve somebody's time, you have to be specific in how you reserve that time. If it's a call, it's a call. If it's a Zoom meeting, it's a Zoom meeting. If you're using, Google Meet, if you're using Skype, whatever you're using, but you have to reserve people's time appropriately and set the expectation appropriately so that people know what to expect. So now here it is. The meeting was set from 9 to 9:30, and at 9:28, I find the link in my email. So I click the link, and of course I don't get let in within 2 minutes. So I assume they turned the channel off, right? And now I'm sitting here going, what's that? But let's just be frank. I think they're an idiot. They think I'm an idiot. And now the two of us are probably going to have a bias as to whether we're going to be able to do this or not and move forward. So I left myself open to rescheduling. I still have a distraction in my home that I need to take care of, but now I have blown off 2 customers for a company I represent, and I missed a meeting that would put me into a podcast that would allow me to promote my 2 biggest projects, let alone adding value to whatever their audience is, right? Hundreds, thousands of people. The passion that I have to add value to others and to get a positive message in front of multiple people, I don't know that it's measurable, right? I don't think it's anything I could like go, oh, here, measure this. It's a real thing. I can taste it. It's tangible to me. And so when things interrupt that, I lose my stuff. So that said, we got to talk about what I always say. There's opportunity in obstacles, right? So what will I do? I'll sign off of this call. I'll get my head on straight. I'll take a look at a couple more devotionals to catch up on because I'm a little behind on my devotionals. So I'll read a couple more devotionals, and that'll give me some scripture. Will give me some input, some inspiration for leadership mentality. And then I will journal for about 10, 15 minutes, and I'll get a fresh cup of coffee. That'll put me, it's 9:48 now. That'll put me at about 11 o'clock. And by 11 o'clock, even myself, I will be amazed. By 11 o'clock, I'll have my head back on straight. I will be productive, and I will finish the day strong. And I know that I'll do that because I've done this before. And I guess that's the message today, right? I'm somber. I'm being transparent. I'm letting you see the real deal. This is how this happens sometimes, right? But I can't fake happiness for you. That's fake it till you make it stuff is gone. Now, more than ever, people have to understand that, yeah, Even people that have the appearance of success have struggles, but it's how you deal with those struggles. It's how you overcome. It's how you condition yourself to get back on track. Through the devotions, through the journaling, a cup of coffee, because that's what I like, and just a little me time is going to put me back on track. And like I said, by 11 o'clock, I'll be back to productive. I'll be editing video for another client and working on a training program for them. So folks, I hope that if your day suffers distraction and your day begins to come up and eat you instead of you eat it, I pray that just take a moment, whatever it is that you need to recharge, re-energize. I go to journaling now because, you know, I found that last year and it was a really big help, helped me become more positive. But whatever it is for you, go for a walk around the block, play with the dog, go for a bike ride, get a scoop of ice cream. See, I'm already cheering up. You know what's cheering me up? What's cheering me up is talking to you and helping you. If you see me going through this and you can see this change, this morph, then you know that you too can do it. And maybe that's the message. Maybe that's the killer today, right? But folks, again, whatever the obstacle is, find an opportunity through it, work around it, and get where you got to go. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go today. I love you. I'm going to try and catch up and reschedule this meeting, try and get my head on straight and be positive, and then get productive. Love y'all.